Hey everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching, you're listening, if you're here in the United States or anywhere across the world. We welcome each and every one of you with open arms, with love, support, and we just want to say that we're grateful for you joining us. We are now over the 350 episode mark, which is just incredible. Uh, and we have nobody else to thank but you, watching and listening, sharing. If you can smash that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, like, follow, share, leave us some comments. If you want to come on the show and share your voice with the world, reach out to us, let us know, and we will make that happen. It's an important time, as it always is, as we talk about Jesus heirs, as we did in a previous episode. So not a millionaire, not a billionaire, but a Jesus heir. And no matter if you practice religion or not, uh, my thought is that you probably have some higher authority that uh, that you may look up to on days when things are tough and tumultuous, as well as the days when seems everything is going right. Uh, what I mean by tumultuous, so just in basic terms, we can think of if we're getting ready to brush our teeth, right? And so we go in the bathroom, turn on the light, we reach for our toothbrush, it slides off the the sink uh, into the toilet. And so that's pretty extreme. The more likely is that the toothbrush will just fall on the floor. Uh, and then when we go to brush our teeth, then uh, maybe uh, we forget the floss, we forget not that we forget, but we run out of toothpaste, and we hadn't made it to the store to have extra uh, ready for when we're finished with the first tube of toothpaste that we have. And so those are little things. And generally they don't, at least for me, they don't bother me. They don't bother me nearly as much as they did. However, they still bother a little bit. It's like, oh, well, it's the way I look at it is, well, it's all right. Because it's not really a big deal. It's not something that is going to uh it's not a life or death type of a decision, or like, oh my gosh, my toothbrush fell on the floor. Maybe I need to, rinse it off, wash it before I use it. Uh, and so when we talk about those days when those what seem to be, they're just minor things that happen. And it can add up though over the course of a day. So if you have your coffee and then you go to take a sip and somehow more comes out than what you're going to take a drink, and it goes all over your clothes or part of your clothes. And let's say you are on your way to give a presentation, and so now it's like, oh, well, usually it wouldn't be a huge deal, but it's like, how am I going to get that stain out before I get to work? Whether it's in the office or whether you're uh, in the confines of your home, wherever that may be. And and so that's what I mean when I talk about, being a Jesus heir. Because for me, again, talking me, my faith, I have to have some higher authority to look up to put faith in that, things happen for a reason. When tough things happen, try to do the best you can. And that's really all you can do with anything, is to just try the best. I like to think about artwork. So whether it's drawing, painting, sculpting, there's really no there's really no wrong answer, no wrong way of doing something like art. And so I think we can find ourselves, as I have at times, feeling stressed, extra stressed for comparing, judging, all that of, well, mine's not as good as theirs is. And I learned this a long time ago, and I probably shared this probably a million times. So this will be a million and one, that when I was growing up and I started to lift weights and exercise. I don't say I was obsessed, but for one of the things people ask, if you say you work out, one of the things is like, oh, how much do you bench press? And of course, the higher the number, the better it sounds. It's like, oh, I bench press 200 pounds, so I'm better than everybody who benches less than 200 pounds, or whatever that number may be. And and so there's always going to be somebody, almost always, somebody that does what we do better, faster, quicker. Talk about the gym. There's always going to be somebody that's going to be able to bench press or squat a higher number than what we are. And so it's the same thing with, talk about art, that we don't have to compare. I mean, we do, but we don't have to. We don't have to compare our art, whether it's an adult coloring book, which we do have three or four adult coloring pages on voicesforvoices.org /shop, that you can get. So recommend, those are all originals, uh, that you can't get anywhere except on our voicesforvoices.org website, because I designed them myself. And and so that is one of the things of, oh, well, what color are we going to color this particular part of the adult coloring book? Or I have a blank piece of paper. How am I going to draw a giraffe and then color the giraffe in? And so these are all things that are so minor, so small in the grand scheme of things that if we can just lower our stress by just a tiny bit, then that's going to be able to give us that additional minute or two or 30 seconds or whatever that time is. That's going to come back to us as a bonus uh, or like a refund. Like, well, you thought you were going to spend $100, but you spent $50. So I thought I was going to be stressed a hundred times, but I was only stressed 98 times. So there's that, and these hypotheticals I just brought up, these differences of 2%, 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Anytime we can get time back to ourselves so we can do what we want to do, and that may be taking a power nap, that may be meditating, that may mean going for a walk, that may mean a whole host of things. And so how does this all tie in? It ties in because it's our thoughts, and our thoughts are our mental health. And so if we feel more stressed and we are more stressed, that and those feelings are like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this done. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Those are things that are thought inside our mind. And sometimes we verbalize it. But I assure you that we all have mental health to one capacity or another. And so what I'm trying to do, what we're trying to do is let's identify some things where we can get some small wins, get some a little bit of extra time back to ourselves to not compare ourselves to others as much as we have and do. Like I said, there's still times where I judge. I try not to. I work on it. I'm a whole lot better now than before. And you probably are too. You're probably better at managing, coping situations in our minds, in our mental health. So don't let anybody tell you your art, your show, your your books, your acting, your music, whatever those things are, don't let anybody tell you. I mean, they're going to tell you, but I guess what I'm saying is don't let that get to you. And it's easier said than done. I get it. And again, I'm not a pro at it. It's just something I recognize that if something like that can help me, then there's probably at least one person watching and listening, which thank you so much for joining and watching, listening, wherever you may be, 90 countries, 900 cities. But I can almost guarantee, I say almost because I can't guarantee, nobody can guarantee anything except in my eyes, my opinion, God, Jesus Christ. Uh, and so that's why we're sharing it. That's why we're talking about it. That's why we're devoting an episode to this. It might seem like common sense, easy, like, oh, big deal. Yeah, tell me to not worry about it. And, he doesn't know. I don't know. I know for me, I don't know for you, but I'm just taking a gander that there's probably at least one person watching, listening, if not more, that those things impact our minds, your minds, and the less stress we can have, that amount of time we're able to get back to do whatever we want to do with that time. Let's say, oh, Justin, what am I going to do with 30 seconds? I don't know. Close your eyes until 30 seconds. Yeah, our minds are going to race. They're going to be all over the place. But if we're not judging ourselves and not being as concerned, that's huge. And I often get asked, given the line of work and what we do, Voices for Voices, which I love this jacket, by the way. I recommend again going over to voicesforvoices.org/shop and grab yourself a fresh Voices for Voices jacket for you, loved one, and the holidays coming up. And then you're obviously supporting the Voices for Voices movement of helping, of working to help at least 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. So we're trying to find ways that we can help. And that's really what we're trying to do, is to make sure we can do the best we can with the amount of time that we have left on Earth. So let's try to lower our stress level. Let's try to lower the temperature of everybody's thoughts and feelings. Let's try to have less stress. Let's try to help people, including ourselves, our families, our loved ones. And I can almost assure, again, even if it's just a tiny bit, we're going to start to feel just a little bit better day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, second by second. And what that also means is, less time on these devices, because the devices are intended just like in a casino. Casino, tell me where you see a clock at. They pump extra oxygen in so people will want to stay there at the table or at the slot machine. And they can end up causing us to have all kinds of all kinds of not good things to be do we go through, that some people go through. And gambling, just like alcohol, drug addiction, mental illness, these are illnesses, these are things that can rip apart families, relationships, and it's hard. So we're just asking, is there anywhere we can find a few extra minutes here or there? And then we might find that thing that we wanted to do. We've always wanted to do, we've always wanted to try, but we've been so concerned what people are going to think and say. I have news for you. People are going to think and say things behind our backs, no matter what. It, it, it's the human species. Look at tabloids uh, talking about people and sensationalizing events and things that are occurring, have occurred, they think occurred. So no matter how rich, money-wise, millionaire, billionaire, I want to be a Jesusaire. And I think you do too. So please smash that subscribe button, like, follow, share, thumbs up. Let everybody know. Help us meet and exceed, just like you helped us not only meet 300 episodes total by the end of calendar year 2025, but we surpassed it because of you, not because of me, not because of anybody on our team, because of you. Nobody's watching, nobody's listening, nobody cared, then we wouldn't be doing this. We would just stop. But for that, if you're somebody who's on that ledge thinking, what's there to live? I'm here, we're here to say there's a lot of reasons to live. Your life is important. You are loved. People do care about you. And with hopefully some inspirational words from us and Voices for Voices and others, you'll do just like me. Instead of crawling in that shell like a turtle, we won't just be poking our head out. We'll be strong. We'll be the one out of a very high number of sea turtles that makes it from the eggs to the water. And we make it through hard times. We make it through hard times together. And lastly, anybody know the name Michael Jordan? I do. Maybe you do too. Maybe it's because of his signature Air Jordan shoes, clothing. Uh, and so here we have a person who a lot of people look up to even still now. His primary sport was basketball. I'd argue he was the best basketball player to play the game at the NBA level, MVPs, championships, gold medals for Olympics for the United States. And if you didn't know, that individual, as he was growing up in high school, in the very sport that helped him propel and be at the point that he is now today, he was cut from his high school team one of the years. If you'll know what that means is for a particular sport, a particular group, that there's only so many positions available. So let's say the number's 12. I don't know. I'm just saying 12. And so Michael Jordan tried out in high school one of the years, and he was not chosen by coaches to be in that number's 12, whatever number of play basketball players uh, were selected that one year. It wasn't him. And so what happened? Did he get sad? Did he get upset? Did he give up? No, he didn't. And so somebody might say, "Oh, big deal. He got cut from high school team, big deal." Well, there's a message. There's a message of perseverance. There's a message of don't give up. There's a message of don't let others dictate and take full control. We can't stop people from talking about us behind our backs, to us, what have you. And so for that year, Michael Jordan was not on the high school team. He didn't give up. He could have just said the heck with it, or I'm just I'm not going to try out next year. I didn't make it, so I'm just going to give up. He didn't. Kept going. Worked harder than anybody, harder than most. And then he got a scholarship to University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Then he was selected in the NBA draft, the National Basketball Association. That's the professional league. He's selected by the Chicago Bulls, where again, he went on the lead, win championships, win gold medals at the Olympics, win MVP awards. That's most valuable player. If you're are familiar with that acronym. So we haven't given up at Voices for Voices. It's so easy to do it. It's so easy just to stop. I I think of going to the gym and working out, which I need to do. That's one of the things I need to do a lot better. It's hard to go. It's not that the fact that we don't have the power to do it. We want to do it. We just don't because the easy thing to do is not to do it. The comfortable thing is to sit on the couch, to sit on the chair, to sleep in, do whatever, just not go to the gym. And so nobody thought Voices for Voices would be where we are today, where we're going, what we've accomplished. 5 books on Amazon.com under Voices for Voices Publishing. And so we could have backed down. We didn't. We aren't. And we hope it's a little inspiration to you to don't give up for whatever that is, whatever those things are. At the most basic level as a human, don't give up on life. Please don't. If you need to, you can text, you can go to the 988 you can text if you or somebody you know is going through a crisis, which could be somebody contemplating taking their own life. We don't want that. There's help out there. It's hard to do. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to swallow the pride. I had to do it. I had no other choice. It was swallow the pride, or I'm not sure what if I would be here today. And so it's a little bit of that, or a lot of that that has helped with Voices for Voices, where I could just back down. We could just back down. We could not talk about tough stories, tough topics, tough experiences. But we did. We didn't back down. It's like Tom Petty says, we don't. We're not going to back down. We have not. We will not. We are not. So please be a voice for you or somebody in need. Let's celebrate the voice of each and every one of us, near, far, close to us, far away. And God bless the United States of America. And God bless every one of you from coast to coast, from sea to shine, sea to shining sea. We love you. We support you. And we know you can do it. We know you can make it. Life's worth living. Go inspire. Don't let the haters take over. Don't let them. That's what they want. They want to drain our energy. Don't let them. So until next time, this is Justin Allen Hayes for Voices, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye bye.